Hello dear English learners, welcome to another English lesson today. I am Priyanka Chaudhary. Are you still struggling to speak English? Do you become nervous while speaking with anybody in English? Or do you feel shy whenever there is a moment you have to speak in English? If you are facing all these problems, then this is the video for you. Here in this video, I am going to discuss or share some tips and techniques that will help you to avoid being shy while speaking English. Most of the time it happens with the people who feel shy. Before they say something to anyone, they have these thoughts in their head. These thoughts like, what if I make grammatical mistake? What if I will be judged by other people? What if I have some pronunciation mistakes? What if people will laugh on me? What if my accent is not appropriate? What if I will not get enough words to speak? And there they just stop speaking and they find it quite uncomfortable to speak in front of people. Now, the problem of shyness, is it normal or is it a problem that we need to worry about? Now let me tell you what is shyness. Shyness is actually a personal feeling of lack of comfort or awkwardness, specifically around other people. Means there are some people who feel shy to share their opinions with the people they are not comfortable with. But these shy people are not comfortable with everyone. It is not like they become uncomfortable with everyone. They find the comfortability zone with a very selective people. Now you cannot live your entire life like this, right? Just talking to a few people. All right, if you we humans have to become social. If you want to build up your communication skills, then you have to overcome this problem of shyness. And keep watching this video till the end, and I will be sharing with you some solutions that will help you to overcome shyness of yours. Now let's first understand that why do some people feel shy too much? They find it so uncomfortable to speak in front of other people. It generally happens because they are too focused about themselves, not others. Whenever they are interacting with other people, they become uncomfortable and they start thinking about themselves too much. As I just told you before, that what if I make any mistake? What if I may say something wrong? What if people think bad of me? Or what if people won't like me? What if people won't like my way of pronouncing the words? Means these kind of I keep going on in their head. They are so much, they think too much negative about themselves. The people who feel shy, this is the problem, overthinking. So these people have to stop doing this and they have to shift their entire focus from themselves to others with whom they want to actually communicate. If the moment you will start shifting your focus from yourself to others, you will find it quite easy to communicate. So the first tip is stop thinking about yourself too much. Stop overthinking. Now the next tip I would like to give you is, before interacting with the strangers or with the people with whom you feel uncomfortable, start talking to people with whom you feel relaxed, who are there to encourage you, to motivate you, and who listen to you, and with whom you feel quite comfortable. You do not feel that they are going to judge me for my mistakes, for my errors. So start having small communication, start having eye contact. Specifically, the shy people rarely make eye contact with the people they feel uncomfortable with. So make eye contact, start talking to the people with whom you feel comfortable, with whom you are relaxed. This is how you can begin speaking specifically with these people first. And once you feel comfortable talking about yourself, then you can start talking to other people too. If you will be doing it frequently, you will realize that talking to people is not that uncomfortable as I was thinking. Now the tip number 2 is build the habit of asking questions. Now the shy people are in the habit of answering questions only, and because they do not answer in detail, they just simply answer like this: good, bad, okay, or something like this, just to the point answer. Now I can understand, because you do not want to open up, you do not want to share too much, or you are uncomfortable, you do not feel like speaking too much. In this case, what you can do is you can just turn the table. Earlier you were answering the questions, now it's your turn to ask a question. You have to develop this habit of asking question to the other person. If you will be doing this, then the control of the entire conversation will be in your hand. You will be asking the question, the other person will answer you. For instance, you can question like this: how was your day? What have you been doing so far? Or what did you have in your lunch today? This t-shirt looks superb on you. Where did you get this from? Like these. When you will be asking these questions, the people actually would love to answer. The people, you are the shy person, and with the person you are in conversation with, that person is not shy, imagine. So most of the people love to talk about themselves too much. Everybody wants to be listened, right? So there you are giving the chance to the other person to speak a lot, and by doing this you can focus on listening to the other person too much. At that moment you do not have to focus about your mistakes, all right, about yourself. As I told before, that keep your entire focus on the other person and listen to that person. How is that person speaking? How is that person answering the questions? How is the body language of that person? Try to observe and listen to that person. Be curious. It is really important to be curious. That is point number 3. Whenever you are in the conversation with anyone, you are speaking, do not just simply ask questions for the sake of asking because you want to practice. It should not be like this. If you will be doing this, the other person will get to know that you are not actually focusing, or your attention is not in the conversation. You are somewhere lost thinking about the question. So that should not be reflected on your face, all right? Besides this, that's why I told you it's important to be curious to know about the other person, that how is the other person speaking or what is going on in that person's life. Be curious, all right? So remember this point, that you have to be curious and do not think too much about yourself while speaking. Now let's move on to the next point. Next point is rehearse what to say. Whenever you are going to be in the conversation, let's say you have to present something, there is going to be a presentation at your workplace, all right, and you know this before, you have that sufficient time to practice. So practice speaking, all right? Rehearsal, that's what I'm talking about. Rehearse a day before, rehearse 2 or 3 days before about that presentation that you are going to do. Okay, practice speaking. You can talk to yourself, you can take the help of the mirror, start talking to yourself standing in front of the mirror, and explain whatever you are going to say in that presentation, all right? So rehearse that how am I going to speak if I ever interact with any stranger, or if I have to ask someone for the direction, then what am I going to say? How am I going to ask? Rehearse about that situation. When you will be visiting any hotel, then how will you be speaking to the receptionist? Or imagine if you are sitting in any restaurant, then how will you be placing the order, right? Rehearse before. So rehearse before that day when you will be speaking English. And here is the next tip. This is give yourself different opportunities to speak. Because you have not been speaking for so long because of your shy nature, now you want to change this nature of yours, right? For that, you need to give yourself chances to speak. And how will you be doing this? Be a part of social gathering. I know it will make you feel quite awkward after listening to this, but You know what, if you want to overcome something, overcome the fear of speaking, overcome your shyness or anything like this, you can only conquer this problem of yours only by putting yourself in that situation. There is no other way. That's why I'm telling you that you have to be the part of this. Involve yourself in social gathering, or try to uh, try to speak in public, or for that matter you can join English speaking course as well, where you will be given chances to speak. All right, and if you will be doing this, as I said, you will be given so many chances to speak, you will be speaking, and it will come into your daily habit to speak. All right, and gradually this problem of yours will be resolved. For that, you need to push yourself, and you need to surround yourself with the people where you feel uncomfortable. You have to do this. And the next step is practice learning English expressions or phrases that will help you to start conversation. Now, there are some expressions, I mean, whenever you interact with any person, okay, whom you know, so you can say something like, hey, hi, how are you doing? Or you can say something like, how's everything? Okay, how is it going? So you can start saying something like this and have a smile on your face. This is really important. Try building this habit of keeping smile on your face. Now what you can say is, imagine that you have been introduced to someone, and then you can say, nice to meet you, pleased to meet you, it was nice talking to you. So these kind of expressions, try to learn all these things, and whenever you get the chance to speak, just speak up. All right, there are other expressions as well that you can use to start any conversation. Okay, you can use some other expressions like, what do you do for a living? Okay, or you can ask simply like, where are you living nowadays? Or what have you been doing up to lately? So there are so many expressions. Try to practice these before interacting with anyone. And that's it. These are some tips that I wanted to share in this video. I believe that if you are going to follow all these tips that I shared in this video, you will actually be resolving your problem of being shy while speaking English. So try to follow these tips and let me know in the comment section below whether it worked for you or not. Feel free to share your suggestions and feedback. I just love to read them. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care.